might be the best air dry clay that I've ever used, and that's saying something. This brand claims it is almost as hard as kiln-fired clay. And after working with it, I realized something important. But this hardness only happens under specific conditions. So in this video, I'm putting it through real tests: strength, sanding, scratching, humidity, exposure, and thickness. And I'm doing this so you can see exactly what it can handle and where it fails. If you've ever wanted air dry clay that actually holds up for serious projects, you're gonna wanna see this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this old test tile mold, and we're just gonna press some of these in here so we can get some good tiles that are about the same size, same thickness. It acts and behaves just like real clay, natural. A little on the sticky side. As you can see, it is really responding just like real clay. So this probably is real clay with some additives. Of course, they're not going to tell you that. As you can see, it does stick to your hands. Pretty bad, actually. So it's coming out really good. But here's our test tiles. And don't worry about the cornstarch. We'll just brush it off once it dries. This is the next day. I put them on an old mold to pull the moisture out of the back. It still feels like real clay. It's leather hard the second day. I think I'm going to try to put these in the drying cabinet next and see if it doesn't speed up drying or if it makes it crack. Next, we are going to use our slip casting molds to see if we can press this air dry clay into the molds and use it like that. So what we're going to do is fill it both sides. We are not going to treat it like regular clay, so we're not going to slip and score. We're just going to score. So don't add water. I mean, it's pretty damp as it is. So once you press it in both sides, score both sides, just put it together like you normally would and put a little pressure on it. Okay, that worked good. Once it comes out, we're just going to remove the excess from the back. And on the first one, we're going to hollow it out. So we don't know how thick we can make this clay. This is part of the experiment. So the first one we're going to hollow out pretty good to make sure that it dries. The next one, we're going to remove the excess from the back, just like we did the other one, but we're just going to smooth it out. It's going to be left completely solid as a solid chunk. On the third one, we're going to do the same. We're going to remove the excess, but on this one, we're actually just going to take our tool and kind of poke it just so, you know, so some air can get up in there and see which one works best. So I'm going to roll this out and we're going to try it with some cookie cutters for ornaments and see how it does. Now, if you've got a slab roller, you can use that. But this is such a tiny little thing. We'll just use this. And this is regular rolling pin with guards on it, so it gets rolled out the same thickness on both sides. Okay. It's pretty thin. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we're going to let these just air dry without any help, no drying cabinet, until I get ready to run the cabinet for some other pieces. I'm not going to run it just for these. Okay, so these have been sitting in the drying cabinet. You hear that? That white stuff, that's just cornstarch. It'll wipe right off. These seem to be very hard. They're the ones we did the other day. I mean, that is hard. I'm not able to scratch it. I'm not able to remove anything. Well, I just dropped this on the concrete floor and it did not break. So that's a good sign. I can't even scratch it to clean it up. I mean, it is what it is. You can tell it looks kind of actually burnt. It's so dry. I'm impressed so far. But now we've got another test. There's a tiny, tiny scratch, and it looks like a surface scratch. You can kind of see Getting a little bit of dust. But that, oh, now when I do that, it does kind of dig in there a little bit. So yeah, if you try, you can damage it. Next, we're going to take one of the test tiles and we're going to put a few in the oven in case you don't have a drying cabinet, but I am going to put the link to the drying cabinet in the show notes down in the first comment and at the end. So you can go watch to see how to make your own. They're just a lifesaver for a lot of different kinds of crafts. So the next two that we put through the test, I actually put in the oven on 170 for, I don't know, they were almost dry anyway. I just let them sit out, so maybe for about 20 minutes. And then turn the oven off and let it sit there until it cooled. You know, I didn't just open it up and take them out. I let them cool, and they are rock hard. So next, we're going to put this in some shellac, and then we're going to try to paint it with some regular craft acrylic, and let's see what happens. This one with acrylic paint turned out great. You still get that hard substance, and the one in shellac, I think it's better. It's actually more like concrete, really. And after you do this, this has a light sheen to it, but you can paint on this. So you can seal it with the shellac if you want to, and then go back and paint over it with any color paint that you want. Well, after all these tests, here is my honest takeaway. This air dry clay doesn't magically replace kiln-fired clay because you're not going to be able to make anything to eat off. You can't make vases. It won't hold water. You can't do anything like that. But if you have a group of people trying to make something, or if you're wanting to sculpt and then make molds of that so then you can pour it with slip, I think it's perfect because we got it thick. We got it over an inch thick. It dried. It took it about 5 days to dry, but it's like concrete now. It's not, in the beginning, it was absorbing the moisture and the humidity out of the air until I put half in the oven and half in the drying cabinet. They both worked the same. It dried it all the way through and made it hard as concrete. I dropped it on the concrete and it didn't break. So as far as hardness and durability goes, I've never tried anything that can even come close to this. This is truly, in my opinion, what an air dry clay should be. If you're a crafter or a sculptor or just a beginner or someone who likes to make molds out of your sculptures, this is perfect. I did not try to throw this on the wheel, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to throw just fine. It's going to throw like porcelain, but it's going to throw just fine. So I'm going to link all the materials below. You will have to call the clay store and ask about this because their air dry clay for some reason is not on their website, but they do have it in the store. And I think they only sell it in the 25-pound bags. So if you got this far and you got to the end of the video, I will let you know that I'm looking into how to legally cut up 25 pounds and sell 1 pound test blocks, which is legal to do. It's just all about the packaging. So I'm going to try to do that for y'all. If anybody's interested, let me know down in the comments. If not, I won't waste my time. It's okay. Just call and get the big bag because believe me, you're going to use it, especially if you have group activities, elderly, kids. This right here will get used. So the link for them is just a link to their website so you can get the phone number and call them. If you're curious about the cool shirts that I've been wearing, you can also get those down below in the little bar there. That is through Fourth Wall. I partner with them. They're a pretty cool company. Or you can also just go to my Etsy and I have some different designs over there and you can get them too. So if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and tell me what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching How to Pottery and Crafts.